also of the opinion, of the view that this was his mother, because when he addressed the commissioners, he indicated this was his mother. After the postponement was granted, and a few days later, in the normal course of collation of documents, these documents were then prepared for filing, and that's when we realized that this person happens to be 10 years older than Mr. Mkhwanazi, and that raised the issue about whether or not Mr. Mkhwanazi lied to the commission, misled this commission, in an attempt to avoid appearing before the commission. And we concluded that he potentially may have done so, but we needed to make our own investigations. If one has regard to the term mother, it could refer to almost anybody. It is upon receipt of the documents from the Home Affairs that we concluded that he knew that the lady who had passed away is not his mother. He misrepresented that fact to the commission, and he obtained his extension. It was compounded by the fact that then Home Affairs gives us his birth certificate, which actually shows who his parents are. And he continues in that vein, because today, sitting here, he says the very people identified in his birth certificate as his parents are actually his grandparents. So, mine is to put to Mr. Mkhwanazi that he lied to the commission to avoid appearing before the commission. And this is the basis on which I say I draw that conclusion. That is why we are having this exercise. So I hope that provides the appropriate context, Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Olo. Do you wish to respond to that, Commissioner Mkhwanazi?
Thank you, Chair. I'm still saying that she raised me, she's my mother. Yes, I was not born out of or from her, but she raised me since I was young. She took over from my grandmother who raised me. I see this birth certificate for the first time in my life. You see, that's why I had to have the grandmother to accompany me to get an ID, you see. And I'm requesting this commission to go to court with my ID and check how did my grandmother, who's the mother of my father, happen to raise us. Because the story that she told me when she was alive, I think it relates to, she was honest, it relates to this birth certificate because she took over from that mother that I don't know, not my biological mother. There was another mother in between. That's why she went to court. It's the story that I don't know, but she related that story to us, you see.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Controversial Podcast. In today's episode, I just want us to talk about Julius Mkhwanazi, the suspended Ekurhuleni Metropolis Department Deputy Chief. The guy is just lying there, and Julius Mkhwanazi is trying by all means not to testify in that commission, and he was caught red-handed lying in that commission. And indeed, I agree with the evidence leader, the senior counselor, Advocate Silo. I totally agree with her. Julius Mkhwanazi committed perjury and must be charged for it. Like, seriously, that guy is just lying to us, and he's also misleading the Madlanga Commission. I know the chair is feeling sorry for him and said he was sorry because he was taken by surprise because it was for the first time seeing those documents from Home Affairs, but it doesn't change anything. Julius Mkhwanazi misled everyone in that commission. He said it was his mother who passed away, and now all of a sudden it was his stepmother. Why couldn't he be honest and say, you know what, my stepmother has passed away and this woman is like a mother to me.
She raised me. She's my stepmother. Basically, she's like a mother to me.
And I don't know my biological mother. I mean, the commission was going to understand. And I'm definitely sure he was trying to run away from that commission. There's no other explanation. I mean, how do you explain that your mother is 10 years older than you and you're the second born? All of that was exposed in that commission. He had to change his story and say, no, let me explain, this is my stepmom. I think the commission was going to be lenient and grant him those days because it's somebody who's very close to him. So there he was lying to us. It's not the first time Julius Mkhwanazi lied in that commission. Remember, this guy was denying everything that was put to him last year. He even denied that he put blue lights in Matlala's cars. I mean, when the commission was busy probing him, he was like, no, Vusi Musiket Matlala donated cars. What baffles me is that they have the same modus operandi, because not so long ago, General Shipiri appeared in that commission and said, no, Vusi Musiket Matlala gave me a loan. I needed this money. So now receiving a kickback is now considered to be a loan. It's no longer a kickback or a bribe. They always lie to the commission, especially once they see that they've been caught red-handed. It's either it's a loan or it's a donation. Julius Mkhwanazi said, no, I didn't put the blue lights in Ket Matlala's cars, but when he was presented with the memorandum that he drafted, he then started saying no. He was very excited because Ket Matlala was donating cars because the municipality apparently doesn't have cars. So according to him, he didn't put blue lights, but at the same time, he puts at the blue lights. Remember, he said, I didn't put at the blue lights, but the commission eventually proved that indeed you are the one who authorized the blue lights in Ket Matlala's cars. Then the story changed. No, it was donated. I really hope the commission is not going to fall for this nonsense. That guy must be charged. We have another problem of Sulim Karim, the Northwest businessman. Apparently, it was reported yesterday that he's sick, is not doing well. He was supposed to appear at the Matlanga Commission yesterday. He said he's not okay. The Northwest businessman, so we can say so, as the media is reporting, but I don't think that guy is a businessman. I think he's a Zamazama, and he's been getting tenders from government just because he's connected to the African National Congress, and he's also tied to the nephew of President Cyril Ramaphosa. I'm talking about Hangwani Maumela. So he's trying to dodge everything. He's also tied to Vusimuzi Ket Matlala, the very same Ket Matlala who received a controversial tender from the SAPS. That was about 360 million rand. And as a result, there are so many generals that were arrested because of that tender. So yeah, I just want to give you a background of that. But we are going to talk about this guy, Suleiman. Remember when he appeared at the commission, he spoke about
Having a mining business, something like that.
He also spoke about Vusimuzi Ket Matlala. He said he gave Vusimuzi Ket Matlala about 10 million rand because he had issues with the SAPS tender. He said he gave this guy 10 million rand. Matlala was able to pay less than 2 million rand. He was also doing business with Hangwani Maumela, and they've been giving Hangwani Maumela a lot of money. It was disclosed last time at the Matlanga Commission. It was millions. This guy was just giving Hangwani Maumela millions. The family of Karim confirmed yesterday that Suleiman Karim was admitted to a Johannesburg hospital, and it's unclear why he was admitted. Apparently, he suffered a suspected heart attack at the gym on Monday morning. And you can see that this guy is just trying to avoid the Matlanga Commission. I bet he's tired of his lawyers. Remember, his lawyers were so disrespectful in that commission. Remember those lawyers that were causing drama at the Matlanga Commission? He's probably tired. He's just trying to run away from this commission. I don't think he has a heart attack, or maybe he's stressed. He could have said that, I was admitted to the hospital yesterday because I'm stressed. He could have said so instead of lying. I really hope the commission will make sure that Julius Mkhwanazi is arrested, and also Suleiman Karim, because I'm sorry to say this, I don't think Suleiman Karim is a businessman. If somebody is benefiting from the tender, he's a tenderpreneur, he's not a businessman. If the tenders were not existing, I don't think he was going to be a businessman. I mean, we've had horrible things about Julius Mkhwanazi. We had that he has done horrible things in Ekurhuleni municipality. He deserves to go to jail, just like Fanny Nkosi. Vanekosi was applying for bail yesterday. He was in court and he said the state's case is very weak. He was busy lying. He thought that it's a game. He's no longer represented by that lawyer who was at the commission, who was also implicated. He has a new lawyer now, and we've heard that his salary is about 16,500. But he had like 50,000 rand cash under his mattresses. They found the illegal firearms. He was busy denying them like it's nobody's business. He was saying the state is just fabricating that case. The case is very weak according to him. His case was also postponed. Share your views on this one, and please let's be respectful in the comment section. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye.